What's up, guys? I'm back with another game slash platinum trophy review, and today we have F122. If you are a follower of the channel, you likely know that I play a whole lot of this game, or that I play a whole lot of the F1 games, and I will prove that right now. I'm just gonna throw up the trophies on the screen, just showing the platinum, the percentages and stuff, and then also a page showing my time in the game, which is currently a little over 200 hours. So I think it's safe to say that I play this game quite a bit. And that does not necessarily mean that I think the game is perfect, and I will get into that in a moment. But I have gotten the Platinum Trophy here. I have put a good amount of time into this game, so I do feel like I'm qualified to talk a little bit about my opinions on the game and kind of what I've learned playing the game and what's good about the game and what's not good about the game. So I just got this Platinum Trophy last night. I'm talking less than 24 hours ago, and I wasn't actually trying for it. I just sort of was passively going for the platinum. I mean, I was trying to get the platinum trophy, but I just kind of passively got the last trophy, and I'll get to that in a minute too. But figured that I would go ahead and throw this up and put some of my recent league racing gameplay up on the screen as well, just so you can kind of get a good picture of what the racing looks like in the game and get a good idea for kind of what the game is. So overall, my thoughts on the game, I love it. And not everyone loves this game. I love it quite a bit, and that's the reason that I spent 200 hours in it. It's not without its flaws, but I do think it's a really fun game with a lot of different options for things that you can do. And I like league racing, which you know if you're a fan of the channel, but I also like playing my team, and I like playing career mode, and I like doing the weekly events. And sometimes I'll dabble in time trial. I love getting on there. Like last night, actually, when I got the trophy, there were just five of us, and we ran 3 lap races at I think we ran 18 or 19 different three lap races, and there was no preparation. We just kind of got on and we're messing around. And that was fun for me. I had a good time, and that's kind of one of the things that I like to do on the game. So I definitely love the game. I think that it looks really good. I think that it runs really well. There are certainly some glitches, I will say, just things that kind of don't work or haven't worked, like broadcast safety cars. Whenever you do the restart, a lot of the time the game thinks that the players are out of order, and you get these blue flag messages. And a really common refrain about this game is that it's way too easy to spin. And I do no assists, so I am well aware of how easy it is to spin. I mean, I'm not using traction control, I'm using manual gears, and it is certainly very easy to spin. It's the kind of thing that you kind of need to get used to, and then it's weird going over to a different game. And obviously, it's completely different kinds of cars, but it's weird to go to an ACC or a Gran Turismo 7 and just feel how much easier it is to drive with no traction control. So it's a different experience, and I'm told, or I've read, just based on everything that we're seeing about the game in F123, which is expected to come out in less than a month now. I'm recording this at the end of May, so it should be out in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. F123 apparently drastically fixes some of these problems, like too easy to spin apparently is something that's fixed in F123. We'll see. The handling apparently feels really good. We'll see again. But that is something that I think you'll probably see change a little bit in the next game. But again, I think the game is really fun. I doubt that this is a game that anybody will really be paying full price for. I mean, we're close to the end of the life cycle of this game, but I do think if you have the option and somebody says, "Hey, I've got a physical copy. You want to pay $15 for it?" and you're like, I don't need the newest cars, I don't need the newest features and all that, then by all means go for it. And I think it's a good, enjoyable game if you're a fan of F1, and I am a fan of F1, and this is my favorite racing game, and it's a simcade racing game, so it's not a simulation racing game like an ACC or an R Factor 2 or an iRacing type sim. It's not an arcade game like Need for Speed or a Forza. I forget which one it is, but the arcadey Forza. It's you can make it decently simish depending on how you want to play. You can also make it a full arcade game depending on how you want to play, right? But it does give you the opportunity to play in different ways. And there are a lot of things that I think the F1 games do very well, better than really any other racing game. I mean, I think that the T-Pod cam in the F1 games is pretty good. I mean, it's just a really nice camera, and I don't use it anymore. I use the cockpit view, but I do also think the cockpit view is really good in the F1 games. So I think that they do that really well. I think it's really fun to get involved in a My Team career mode and just take your team for 10 seasons. I mean, you can do 10 full seasons. I think it's 10. I've never actually finished 10 seasons in one game, but you could do a full 20 plus race calendar with 100% races and driver movement and develop your own car. I mean, there's just, if you never want to play online, you can do that. If you do want to play online, you can find league racing or something along those lines. Unfortunately, the ranked is just not that great in F122. That's one comment that I will say. But the F123 apparently is going to fix that too. So we'll see. You'll see lots of F123 on this channel. This is about F122. Overall, my thoughts are it's a game that I've enjoyed putting 200 plus hours into. I'm not blind to some of the flaws, but overall, I have thought it's a really good game and it's something that I've really enjoyed. And it's a game that I was able to get the platinum in again. So going into the platinum trophy side of things, which is a large part of this review, right? I'm sort of a completionist when it comes to trophies, and not every game that I've reviewed on this channel has been a game that I got the platinum for. Hogwarts Legacy jumps out to me. I didn't get the platinum, and that was largely some bug reasons and a couple trophies that just really didn't seem worth it to me. But I get the platinum trophy in most of the games that I'm reviewing here. And this platinum trophy was not especially difficult, I wouldn't say. I do think that it takes quite a bit of time, and it will be interesting to see how gettable this trophy is as this game ages and is no longer the newest F1 game, because two of the trophies really stick out to me as really difficult, okay? Or not difficult, but time consuming, or something that you kind of have. It's not just something that I can go on and get the trophy, right? Like a lot of these, there's a trophy for lapping the second place car while you're in first place. That's easy. Just put the AI in the lowest possible level, drive for 10 or 15 minutes, and before you know it, you've lapped the number 2 car, right? It's not that difficult. It's just something that you have to get out there and go do. There's a trophy for, there are supercars in the game, like a Ferrari, a Mercedes, McLarens, all those sorts of supercars, right? Road cars. There is a trophy for completing something like 25 laps in supercars in the game, which is not difficult. You go into time trial mode with the supercar, you run laps until you get the trophy. It's not hard. It's just something that you have to sit down and do. One of the trophies that kind of bothered me about the game, or was something that wasn't necessarily as easy, was this trophy. The trophy is called Better Together, and the prompt is complete your first race weekend in 2-player career. So if you have a friend that you love to play 2-player career mode with in this game, great. This is going to be easy for you. You get into the game, you do your race weekend, and you're fine, right? So, but this is if you don't have somebody that you like to regularly play 2-player career with, you're going to have to go find somebody to do this with. And that means finding someone online or finding someone in a Discord you're in or whatever, but it's not just readily available. It's going to be something that you're going to have to kind of seek out a little bit. So it's doable, but it's just not perfectly easy. It's something that you kind of have to be conscious of and kind of figure out, right? The other big trophy, and there are build-ups to this trophy, okay, but the main trophy is finish 100 races in online multiplayer. The trophy is called the Veteran. This trophy is a grind. It is not, at the bare minimum, you are going to have to run 300 laps in online multiplayer races, and that's if you do 100 races that are 3-lap races. And I've done some 3-lap races. Part of the 100 that I got for this trophy, I mean, that was league racing. There were the weekly event multiplayer races that I ran in. There were just kind of, like I said, the ad hoc 3-lappers that I ran with people. This trophy is not difficult, so to speak. It's just time consuming. And theoretically, there's a situation if you try to get the platinum for this game in 5 years, I don't know if there's going to be an online presence. I don't know if you're going to be able to do that. But for the moment, it's definitely doable. There are people in ranked games. There are people in unranked games. There are leagues out there for this game. I mean, you will be able to find matches. You'll be able to find races today. It's just a question of whether you'll be able to do it down the road in 5 years from now or 10 years from now or whenever you watch this video and decide to get the Platinum Trophy. So maybe it's not the best trophy. If you're just starting now, maybe it's not the best game in the world for the Platinum Trophy completionist. But if you just want an F1 game and you think that you want to get the Platinum Trophy for it, it's certainly doable. There's not a skill gap, right? You're not going to be limited by your lack of ability driving like you would in a trophy set like Gran Turismo Sport, where you had to win something like 100 plus races in online modes, which was incredibly difficult. That kind of trophy doesn't exist in this game, so a little good news for the trophy hunter. But yeah, overall, it's a game I enjoyed. It's a game that I put 200 plus hours in, and I don't regret putting 200 plus hours in. A lot of people might disagree with me on that. But let me know in the comments. Let me know if you like the game, if you dislike the game. If you are a trophy hunter, let me know. Did you get all the trophies for this game? Are you planning to get all the trophies for this game? I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts on this. I mean, that's kind of one of the things that I do enjoy. Got a lot of feedback on some of the Assassin's Creed videos I've done where people chime in and say, hey, I love this game. I put 1,000 hours into this. Here's what I thought about it. I mean, that stuff's cool to hear, because everybody's got a slightly different experience with every game. Maybe less so with a sports game like this, with a racing game. But regardless, I want to hear your thoughts, want to hear your opinions. Thanks for tuning in, and look out for F123 content coming soon.